or bad thing because of its abundance as a source of energy. Biomass is any organic matter, such as trees, plants, or animal waste, such as shown here. But the facts and the evidence will show that biomass is a good thing because it's such an abundant source. There are several different ways to get biomass. Biomass can be wood and food, proving that we use it everywhere. We also use biomass spread out through Canada and the United Kingdoms, which further proves that there are several ways to get it and several places to get it, but you may hear my opponent state that it takes too much space for a power plant. But that's not true, because expert Linda Malloy said that there are only 6 successful power plants spread out through the United States.
Members of the panel and parents or teachers, this is a debate on alternate renewable energy sources for fossil fuels. The pros and cons behind each one will be established. To be specific, we will be talking about biomass energy. You are here today to distinguish the truth about biomass energy. Biomass is made from wood, rubbish, alcohol fuels, crops, and landfill gases. It powers our cars, allows our electricity to flow. But today you will find that biomass can be very bad for our economy. Biomass prices have been brought to our attention at lower costs, risking the production of biomass. With the price being lower, the production will slow down, showing that biomass's production process takes too much space in our daily lives. The facts will clearly show that the needed room for storage is too much space. The price range will clearly slow down the production, and the reliance of biomass energy will cause us to crumble beneath the power of the source. So please, don't rely on what you know. Please listen to our methods.
Biomass is a good abundant source because there are several different ways to get biomass. These ways to get biomass include scrap lumber, forest debris, certain crops, manure, and some types of waste residues. This graph shows future plans for biomass and its comparison to other energy plans. And how will we use them? How will we use more biomass than any other energy? A biomass power plant would require a great deal of space to. You might hear my opponent say it might take a big space to accommodate because we need a lot of factories and farms, but truly that's very untrue, because with the several different ways to get biomass, there are several different ways to keep biomass and several different ways to store it and keep it from spreading uncontrollably. Biomass is used for food. We can also get energy from it without damaging our food supply, though. This picture shows a cycle that we use to convert corn into fuel infinitely until we run out of corn and we need time for it to regrow. Though we cannot use it for energy, it is more reliable as food. Therefore, food as an energy source is smart, but not a perfect idea.
A biomass power plant would require a great deal of space to accommodate the various stages of collection and conversion of the mass into fuel before burning it to produce electricity. Biomass has a long system to make biomass energy into electricity. Therefore, logic states that if something has multiple equipment that is used in the process, it must go through the storage of biomass. It will take a great deal of space. To make biomass into electricity, it must go through the storage of biomass, a combustion chamber with a grate chamber, then an exchange heater, as shown here. After that, we have to glue the gas cleaning that exits through the chimney with all the carbon dioxide. While on the other end, the feed water makes high pressure steam that goes through the condensing steam turbine, which goes to a generator to make electricity. All this equipment is going to take a great amount of space in a power plant. The Pioneer says it took 15 acres to make a factory in a Korawatha village in a Methurgain district. Therefore, it could take up to 15 acres for one biomass company. Water can also be a problem, as it would require large quantities to handle the recycling process for waste materials. Logic says that to make steam, it is needed to have water and heat to make the chemical reaction. Therefore, it is needed for us to use water. According to Buffleton University, water is needed to make the steam to turn the turbine. On the other hand, there are other ways to turn biomass into electricity, such as making it into ethanol to power our cars. Therefore, water will take even more space to make biomass into electricity.
You heard my opponent say that it took 15 acres for one factory, but you also heard her say that was just one chamber, disproving herself. And she said it was a long process, but the picture here shows it is a long process, but it's not very, it doesn't take up that much space, because we just chip the wood and we deliver it. That's it, and then we burn it into fuel and energy. So that disproves that energy takes up a lot of space. She also said it took multiple equipment, when all you really do is chip it up and burn it and convert it to fuel or energy, which is, it does take a while, but not really that long, because chipping would take a few minutes and then burning would take a few seconds.
Using this picture, my opponent, Logan, shows that it would take a great amount of space because he must need the wood, which could be a forest or just a small amount of area. Then it must travel to a designated area to be chipped, and then it goes into a truck to a biomass factory to be burned or to be turned into ethanol. And then it must be taken to either a gas station or to the electricity lines to give us electricity, showing that it does take a great amount of space.
To conclude, I stated that biomass was very abundant in several different areas and several different ways of attainment. However, biomass is a very very fast way of getting energy with only a few downsides.
To conclude, biomass does take a lot of space to prove that when biomass is turned into electricity, it must go through the production of chipping the wood, either burning it or converting it into ethanol.